Like live ball turnovers will decimate you defensively, and the Lakers are suffering from that.
I don't make excuses for anything.
Chivas and Rapalinka twirled in, twirled down.
I can't physically talk and call out reds and physically call out coverages. And
Newsflash, smarty pants. You are physically talking right now. That's how talking works. It's physical. You physically use your vocal cords.
I can't physically talk.
I'm having a bad hair day. Forgive me.
I think we spent so much time on trying to get our defense corrected that our offense just took a toll and took a backseat to that. So we're not good offensively right now. I think we spent so much time on trying to get our defense corrected.
There are pros and cons to what I do outside of the basketball world. What you're looking at is one of the pros. A con is that I don't get to sit and enjoy live in real time LeBron James shitting on himself. The Lakers shitting on themselves collectively. JJ Redick shitting himself in interviews.
This right here is a real gap of time, by the way, when asked a question in his post-game presser. Eventually, though, he would manage to get some semblance of a statement out.
It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. We're all embarrassed. It's not a game that I thought we had.
I recorded a whole nother episode on my way to this work location, and I'm not even gonna have time to post that one or edit it because the Lakers have managed to outdo themselves already. 41-point blowouts, 35-point blowouts, 28-point blowouts. And I know this new generation of basketball fans says that's fine, that's normal because of the fast-paced game and the three-pointers. No, it's not fine. Both teams are playing the same game. Find the will, find the drive, compete. These types of losses were things that were worthy of going down in the history as the craziest things ever witnessed, and now it's just nightly. Now it happens in tournaments where the guys are competing for an extra $500,000 each, and they still can't be bothered. And maybe that's why. Once again, where exactly is the heart? Where's the pride? To not allow yourself to lose by that much comes down to pride. It doesn't come down to being worried about your job or that you won't be seen as a professional, because as I say all the time, these guys don't face any consequences. You have to look at what's inside of them and what makes them up as people and as players to understand allowing humiliation of this level to happen on a regular basis. Yesterday, as I was recording the video, and I was talking about how they're still making excuses for LeBron James and that LeBron James needs help, even though he's by far the worst plus minus on the team. He's by far the worst in shooting percentage on the team. He's the worst defensively on the team. The turnovers are just mind-blowing. The turnovers by themselves are enough for a team not to be able to overcome, and he's always the worst on the team in turnovers. His rebounds and his assists, which in that Timberwolves game weren't even good, but even when those numbers are good, we know that they're inflated. We know that they don't really have an impact on the game. It's stat padding on a level that is hard to believe exists. So what's my point? My point is that all it would take is for one game for LeBron to have a decent night. Not even a great night or an incredible night, but for LeBron just not to be abysmal. And his fans would be right back to, oh, the GOAT, the GOAT, the GOAT. But we're going to talk about Commissioner Dynamo's video of the Lakers' loss to the Heat. And look, Commish is a treasure. His creativity, his editing, and the information combined is fantastic.
Not deserving a name. Every year is the same.
And just when I'm really enjoying it, he says something that makes me...
They were already inept and incompetent before he got there. And if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have that bubble ring.
throw open my mouth a little bit. We'll get to that. Actually, we'll get to it right now, or else I might throw myself off the cliff in frustration. Stop perpetuating the lie that LeBron James delivered a championship for LA. The bubble ring doesn't count, and even if the bubble ring did count, Anthony Davis delivered it. And the bubble, the fact that there was a pandemic, the fact that nobody gave a shit about that fake ring means it doesn't matter. LeBron James is the only reason that that series went as long as it did. I know they gave him the MVP. They give him all kinds of crap that he doesn't deserve. It doesn't make it real. It doesn't make it true. Stop giving LeBron James praise for the bubble ring. And if you want to give him praise that he's responsible for Anthony Davis being there, then you're praising him for cheating because they did something against the rules getting Anthony Davis there. Something that the league actually vetoes and gets in the way of when the players trying to do it aren't named LeBron James. As far as being incompetent prior to LeBron James arriving and continuing to be incompetent after LeBron James arriving, the night is darkest before the dawn. The Lakers had drafted some incredible talent, and that was about to be harvested. It was about to be a nice crop. They planted the seeds, and you have to wait for the crop. But they plowed the field before there could be a crop in order to make room for LeBron James. What do you have to show for that? A lot of money gone, a lot of failure. Season after season after season of embarrassing failure, except for the Mickey Mouse ring. Okay, so now that I got that out of my system, let's talk about the good things in the video. I gotta enjoy JJ Redick sitting there and saying that he can't physically call plays and yell out plays. That's how you yell. That's a physical action. You are using the muscles in your throat and your lungs. JJ, this guy thinks he sounds smart so often that he's stopped even being able to realize when he sounds dumb. It is a physical activity to yell, JJ! I can't physically make my team want to play. Guess what, JJ? It's called coaching. You aren't physically supposed to be doing it. You're supposed to be mentally causing it to happen. You freaking idiot. You're obviously failing in the coaching department. Nobody's asking you to be a basketball player. You're supposed to be the Pat Riley. When did they say that he was the Pat Riley? Everybody keeps talking about that. How early did they say that? Like before they'd even played a game? After 3 games? I mean, the crap that comes out of people's mouths now is insane. I mean, Pat Riley wasn't even Pat Riley until he had built up the Pat Riley reputation. We go back to the game before and the sound bites, the 30-something point loss to the Timberwolves.
I think we spent so much time on trying to get our defense corrected that our offense just took a toll and took a backseat to that. So we're not good offensively right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, no player. Forget that it's someone who's supposed to be the GOAT. Forget that it's someone ESPN ranked as number 7 in the league. Forget that it's someone that Kenny Smith ranked as number 2 in the league. No player should ever say something that alludes to we put so much effort on defense that we couldn't play offense. Offense suffered because we were trying defensively. You know how spoiled you have to be to say to a sports reporter that you as a professional basketball player getting paid $50 million a year, can't be expected to give full effort at both ends. You can't be expected to have excellence at both ends. I mean, those are the kids that you cut from the team in junior high who have an attitude like that. Now our professionals, our multi-million-dollar professionals are saying that shit. And did LeBron James say we just suck on offense? Like, did he was mumbling in his professional, mature manner, as he does, so I couldn't tell for sure. But did he actually say we sucked? Where'd he go? 0 for everything that game? And by the way, LeBron, you're not playing defense. Don't talk about the defense taking away from your offense. If that defense is what's causing you not to be able to shoot, there's obviously a different problem here. And by the way, your offense doesn't even take effort. You take 3 or 4 or 5 slow down steps to ease into a jump shot that no one's going to contest. That's what's wearing you out. Am I to understand that we're celebrating that LeBron James passed Kyle Korver when he shot 25%? Hey, congratulations. LeBron made a 3-pointer, and he is now, 4 for 35? The things you celebrate. Commish talked about the definition of madness, and you've got to try something new. I don't know, because you know what does stay the same? The people willing to believe the lie continue to expand exactly how much of a lie they're willing to believe. My God, look at that. Look at the morning sun bathing that cliff. LeBron had a better shooting percentage. I don't even have to look at the game to know that it was almost all right next to the rim. You know, I'm hard on Commish because I like him. And I have higher expectations for people that I like. He's 90% great. And then some of the things I just wish he wouldn't say. You know, there's people like Richard Jefferson and Reggie Miller that I simply don't expect to hear anything intelligent out of. Sadly, I don't expect to hear anything intelligent out of James Worthy anymore. People have just sacrificed who they are, being a man, being a decent human being, integrity, for the paycheck, to be a willing part of the story. And this is going back to why I'm saying things aren't going to change as long as there's no limit to the lies people are willing to tell and no limit to the lies people are willing to believe. Why would it change? Commish said that you can't teach heart. I mean, you probably are off to a good start if you have that sort of a fire inside of you to begin with, but really that heart comes from leadership and someone who inspires you to have that heart. Apparently Spoelstra is able to get that out of his players, and you also have to have a team. You have to have stars that are willing to be a part of that program. LeBron James isn't willing to be a part of a program like that, which is why LeBron James doesn't have a magnificent coach like Eric Spoelstra as his coach. It's LeBron James's fault. LeBron James doesn't want that sort of discipline. LeBron James doesn't show that kind of heart. LeBron James doesn't want to be part of a disciplined system. And yet we turn around and we have to listen to the pity stories about LeBron James not having an Eric Spoelstra. I mean, are LeBron fans dumb enough to not know that LeBron had Spoelstra and tried to get Spoelstra fired? You see this play right here? And this next play? I don't even have to go back to the pathetic Timberwolves game or the pathetic Suns game. All the games that I have footage of LeBron James being an absolute embarrassing joke on the court to have the next set of evidence that I need to go along with my film. This is the type of offense that is the excuse. This is the type of offense that's wearing you out. This is the type of heart. This is the type of leadership that we're talking about. I mean, he's not trying at either end. He'll pick a couple of plays during the game in which he decides to put some of his Balco juice into illegally running over somebody. or he will see an easy opportunity to cherry pick and decide to sprint. So you've got that, 7 times a game? And the rest of the time, it's absolute no effort. And those 7 times I just mentioned are still not respectable. I'm seeing a montage of the Heat making perimeter shots and a montage of LeBron James standing under the rim waiting for an easy rebound and then being disgusted that the ball went in. Okay, if this is the more talented era, if this is the more talented game where we're supposed to expect these guys to be making three-pointers in a three-point era, then how can this be your game plan? And how can you talk trash if you're the guy standing lazily under the rim instead of being the guy who gets out there on the perimeter and makes the difference? Oh, because he's 40. Yeah, this has been the case since 34 at least. In fact, he's never been a good on-ball defender, but none of that matters. You don't get to talk shit when you can't lead by example. Go sit on the bench and beg Quincy Olivari to come up, beg the Lakers to sit your ass down, and bring up Quincy, who might be able to be a perimeter defender. Instead of you sitting under there waiting for your lazy, bullshit, meaningless rebounds and then acting disgusted when it doesn't bounce off the rim into your hands because the other team actually made the three-pointers in an era of quote-unquote more talented, more skilled shooters. What's our stern version of James Worthy?
Get some White Castle burgers.
Recommending that the players go get junk food. White Castle. Really? That's your advice? White Castle? White Castle's what's going to do it? I know you're trying to be funny, James. Failure. Stupid. Real stupid. Make sure you get two Diet Cokes with that order of other crap that you shouldn't be putting in your body. I understand it tastes good. Should not put it in your body. Pro freaking athletes who are not performing well being told to go put fast food in their bodies. The best fast food on the planet is still junk.
And they need to think about who they are.
James, the Lakers do not want to think about who they are because the Lakers are a sham. They're a joke. They're an entertainment business. All the LeBron fans want to brag. Oh, well, the NBA is an entertainment business. Okay, well, then live with what you are. You're not a real basketball team. You're in the entertainment business. And when it comes time to entertain via competitive basketball, you're not capable of it. You have LeBron James. LeBron James is a fraud. He's a fraud of a person. He's a fraud of a basketball great. He's not a leader. Anthony Davis is talented, but he's not a leader. So Anthony Davis isn't going to perform well under bad leadership. I don't even know what you call JJ Redick. Don't Connect must be sad about where he is, although he's making money. Everybody's making enough money that they can't be too sad, right? And that's what it looks like out there. It looks like a bunch of guys that are like, oh well, I'm still rich.
Ain't real